Hello, I'm Wanderer001 and this is my review of the Belkin SurgePlus USB Swivel Surge Protector and Charger. Now you say, and why charger? Well, I will get into that. You also might be asking yourself, why do a review of something like this? Well, as you can see, it is not a thin device by any means. In fact, you are looking at 5 inches by 2 inches by 1.5 inches. But with that, you get a portable surge protector and charger for up to 3 devices. Now, I will admit, and I will show you a little later, that depending on the plug type, you're not getting 3 devices in here. At most, you're going to get 2, which isn't terrible for a portable surge protector like this. Now, there is a green light indicator, again, show you that later, which will let you know that it is protecting your devices. You will notice that it also has 2 USB ports at the top. Now, these 2 USB ports output 2.1 amps of shared charging power. So meaning if you plug one in here and one in here, you may notice a decrease in amperage to one of the devices. I tested this and I didn't really notice that big of a difference. So unless you're charging 2 very power intensive devices using these, you're not going to run into that issue either. Now, I said this was a surge protector, and it will protect you against electrical spikes up to 918 joules. Now, the problem with this is only these are protected. These 2 up here are not. It is only for these outlets here. Coming across to the back here, this is another reason why I like this and have traveled with this and am recommending this. It swivels. So if you depress the button here, which I will do thusly, you can change the orientation of the surge protector. There you go. Nice satisfying click as it locks into place. It does have this little cover for the electrical prongs here. I leave it on when traveling just to keep these from getting damaged, and also it gives me something to grip onto when I'm trying to shift this around. I will say that I have used this several times when traveling in cases where I've gone to a hotel room that they either did not have ample plugs or they just did not have them in an easily accessible area. I used this guy and I had no problem charging my devices. And also because it has these 2 USBs, if you don't bring wall warts with you, you can still charge your devices and be okay. Now, I've talked about it. Let me show you what it looks like actually plugged into a wall and having devices plugged into it. Now, the lighting is not great over here in my test corner, and you get to see this horrible wallpaper that I wish would just go away. But you do have over here, you can see, hopefully on camera, that there is the green indicator that it is surge protecting these power strips right here. And what we have is my little tester right here. So I'm going to plug this in, and I've got my meter here. So we're going to plug that in, and then we'll see it is attached to my smartphone, which just turned on, and we'll get a readout right here of the volts and amperage coming out of this particular electrical outlet there. So we're stable at 4.98 volts, and we're going up to about 1.26 amps for this particular cord setup. Now, if I take a charger and plug it in next to it, you will notice that the voltage and amperage did not change. So this test shows you that the power output for the individual electrical outlets is just fine. Don't have to worry about sharing. But you will see that if you have items that are too large, that it will encumber utilization of this middle one. However, having 2 electrical outlets that are surge protected while traveling is very nice. So I have changed the configuration up a little bit to show you that I'm going to plug in to the top power outlet here, or the USB outlet there. And again, we're going to wait for the cell phone there to normalize itself. So 4.8 volts coming out, and we're up to 1 amp roughly, and then we'll have a changing number here. Now I'm going to take a secondary device and plug it into the other outlet here to show you that the change that you see is not terrible. You'll notice that the voltage did go down a little bit, as well as the amperage. And again, that's because it's a shared 2.1 between two devices. So you will slow down your charging if you do two devices, but not by a terrible amount. Now, if I take that out, you will see it bounces back up. And that's just a quick demonstration of the Belkin Protect here. Now, I do not do a lot of traveling, but the few times a year that I do pack this with me because it is an essential piece of equipment in my opinion. And you may ask yourself, well, how much will I pay for this? Well, this is a slightly older model. They do have a newer model, which is a little more flush. So you can pick this up anywhere between $15 and $11 currently. I recommend it, even though it's bulky. It has saved my bacon quite a few times when needing to charge something. So I have been Wanderer001. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the area below. And as always, thanks for watching.